everybody, PR Uploads here with a return of Battle Replays of the Week, at least temporarily. I'm not sure if I'll continue to make it a weekly thing, or it might just be a monthly thing, but I have enough games now that I should be able to keep it going at least for another couple of weeks. This game here is a game on Erlenberg. I am in my SU-85, which has the Top Gun, which is like 144 penetration, 180 damage. Can potentially roll for like 200 some damage, I believe. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but it's certainly a very decent number, especially for Tier 5. And pay attention to the enemy Excelsior off the top and the feed of deaths, because as you'll see here, once I get over to the hill, he somehow drowns his platoon mate, probably intentionally by holding him in the water and not letting him get out. And I think that also negatively affects their team, because either after the Excelsiors rolled forward a little bit more, or something of the nature, he either walks away from the keyboard or ends up banned. My assumption is he either ended up banned or suspended because of where his tank was and what it ended up doing with like its turret and stuff. And so I'm really glad that they didn't win this game. Just a spoiler, they didn't win this game, although at one point it looks pretty bad. XVM, the mod I use, it's giving all the tank names colors, actually gave us a 56% chance to win, so going into it we were feeling relatively confident. Now, I hit that T49 for quite a bit of health, and these next couple shots on the Skiho, I have no idea, even watching these replays, no idea where they ended up going, because it's about aimed in as much as you can possibly be, and aimed just a tiny bit lower, and I was able to steal the kill for the final 4 health on his tank. And at this point, it seems like the game's going well, and our team is pretty balanced on both sides. But unfortunately, that fades pretty fast for both sides, surprisingly. But luckily, we had me in my SU-85, and one shot in his Type T-34, because we ended up saving the game, basically. All in all, our platoon got all the kills in this game, minus only a couple from one of the Wolverines. So, as you can imagine, luckily, like, we were literally like a kill away from a crucial contribution as a platoon, watching this back, so that is kind of unfortunate that did not end up happening, for how much damage and potential there was for me getting some kills that I didn't end up getting. But like I said, only 3 kills were gotten by the non-platoon, so 11 kills as a platoon, 3 kills by the non-platoon to get a crucial contribution is quite hard, but we came awfully close. At this point, as you can see here in the map, both sides are starting to collapse. Me, I'm all alone, and the west is starting to slowly fall as well. But because I'm all alone and I assumed I got spotted and there isn't already in the game, I initially back off before deciding my best option would be to attack, because, well, I'm the only one on the flank and I have full health, and it ends up being a pretty smart choice, because the G makes a pretty grave mistake initially, which almost cost him his life, like initially, where I'm gonna spot him here to my right, and just about up here, because he's trying to push over the hill. There you go, he's spotted. I line up the shot, take out over half his health, and I figure that I definitely got him because he decides to back down the hill, which, in retrospect, looking at that chi, I think his smarter decision would have been to continue rolling up the hill. But unfortunately, he ends up getting out of there with his life because the second shot I fired just does critical damage to him. And as you can see, basically there's like 2 remaining members of our team left that are actually doing anything. Because already, if you were watching this game, I'm sorry, but you weren't really the best. And the Matilda is basically sitting on the cap. I'm not sure exactly how much total damage they did this game, but certainly they didn't do very much, and we probably would have lost had one shot died on that flank sooner. Luckily, he was able to take out, I believe, 3 of the enemy team, and I took out the chi, and so I assumed at that point, based on who was left alive, that I was fine to roll forward, although I was wondering why the Excelsior still had not been spotted. But we're about to solve that problem as I go arty searching. And oh look, it's the Excelsior, and his gun is turned the wrong way, and his tank is just completely stationary. So I assume he has been suspended or banned. But honestly, I cannot say for sure, although in doing so, I knew I was safe to kill him, although our Artie takes an opportunity to shoot at him, although in retrospect, I think he should have been trying to deal with the left side because, well, I had that well in hand, and he would have been better off saving the tanks who were in trouble, as opposed to me. Because at this point, basically, I'm the only one left, as long as the Matilda or Hetzer can get to stop the cap. But especially their Matilda, because their enemy Matilda was their best player left alive at this point. And our Artie is also pushing up to try and speed up the cap. I figured I could come up here, kill the Artie, and then pop down and deal with the Matilda, and luckily the Artie doesn't seem prepared or doesn't have a shot on me because I just about killed him there, and then after reloading, he is now dead. And the Hetzer is spotted as well. Our Artie takes a pot shot at him and it missed pretty badly. I have to assume that was our Artie considering how late it came. But the Hetzer ends up with his back to me and just keeps rolling forward, and bam, he's dead. And one shot in chat was telling them to try and get off the cap because he wanted to make sure I got my top gun, thankfully. But I know where the Matilda is at this point, even though he wasn't spotted, because the cap is being stalled. And after he penetrates our Matilda, it's basically game over because that gives me time to get down here. I'm still at 100% health, by the way, at this point. The only shot I took was slight damage to my track from a cheeky. This is the only point I actually take any kind of damage physically, but I was able to easily kill the Matilda with most of my health still remaining. And there you have it. 1 platoon, 11 of the 15 kills, and I get 7 kills. Unfortunately, not 8 kills. It would have made it Radley Walters, and also would have given crucial contribution, but it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed the return of Battle Replays of the Week, and hopefully you enjoyed watching this game. And a win's a win, and I got nearly 4,000 experience for this win, so that's quite good, and now the SU-85 is an awesome tank. Highly recommend it.